Three things you have to know about other people. Everybody familiar with Stoicism knows that it gives us a way to live a better life, and potentially a much better life. It also gives us many insights into the world and also insights into human nature. Putting these things together brings us to today's topic: three things to know about other people. One thing that I don't think is discussed enough in Stoicism is how Stoic thinking, if you put the right doctrines together, it can greatly simplify your thinking about life and give us much better ways thereby to deal with life. When we talk about our problems, a lot of times people will say, I have people problems. Their colleague is giving them a hard time at work. Their relative is not talking to them. Some jerk on the highway was getting in their lane, getting in their face, so to speak. And it, in a way, ruined my day. Now, I think this way of thinking about things in terms of thing problems is not as along the lines of Stoicism as we would like. The Stoic way of approaching problems is as reason problems. When all you're having are thing problems, it's because you haven't advanced enough in your thinking to see how reason can help you to deal with them. And you could say that's one of the main things Stoicism is about. The first thing to know about other people is that everyone acts on self-interested reasons. Epictetus says, everything we do is done for our own ends. No exceptions, I should add. But what he adds when he gives this quote in the Discourses is, this is not selfishness. Selfishness versus altruism, you could say, those are the contents of our minds that determine the specifics of what we do. But in terms of our fundamental motives, everything we do is for our own end. That's the Stoic view. The second thing to note, and it is related to the first, is that every time we respond to something, every action we take is based on how things appear to us, plus our assent to that appearance, our agreement to that appearance. So if someone is ghosting you, it's because they had an appearance that you are not someone that's worthy of their time, and it didn't just occur to them, they assented to it, they agreed to it. So that explains it. An important thing to note about how things appear to you is given by Epictetus, also in his book, The Discourses. He says, he cannot follow how things appear to you, but only how they appear to him. And we tend to minimize the gap between how things can appear to others and how things can appear to us. So it's important for you to start to think about, based on what people's actions are, how they really appear to them, and then you will begin to see how wide that gap is. And don't ever assume you are on the same page with another person. How many times in your life have you thought, this relationship is going great, and then you got a text or a ghosting that said, it's over? Okay, that's happened so many times it is beyond number. The third thing to note is that everyone, according to the Stoics, is a fool, right? So there's the sage who has developed reason to the fullest human extent possible, and then there's the rest of us. Now, a few years ago, I came up with a formulation that I fits exactly what the Stoics are talking about. I determined I don't think people are rational in their actions. I don't think they're totally crazy. I think they are screwy. What I mean is that even if you have a friend at work, and he seems like a reasonable person, he's law-abiding, he does what is necessary at work, and is a good person to be around, he seems to get along with his family well, but then he does something that you think is totally screwy. You have a great family and everything else, right? He cheats on his wife. And then when you talk to him about it, the answers don't quite add up in terms of everything, at least, that you see in your life. Well, first of all, it's not how it appears to your friend. Things appear to your friend quite different than you might think. And you never know the behind the scenes story, but you can come up with all kinds of examples where on several points, someone you think you know well does normal things and behaves well, but on certain points, they get insanely emotional, you think, about something that is insignificant. Well, the Stoics have a simple explanation for this. We are all fools. And one thing that Seneca stresses is inconsistency. We're this way, we're that way, and then we're the other way the next day. And that's how we can be at many points. So I think with these three things, if you think about them and apply them, you can much better understand what people are up to. And the beauty of thinking about things in terms of these three things, and just these three things, it will greatly simplify your life. You don't have to know the whole story. That's how it appears to them. They're acting in their own self-interest. They're foolish, and bang, there you go. Sometimes that can lead up to a disaster. So I want to hear what you think. Am I missing something from the list? Tell me your thoughts. Like, subscribe, check out what I do below, and have a great day. It's up to you.